Assalamu alaikum, good morning, subah bakhair, guten morgen. I am in one of the oldest cities in Germany, Augsburg. It is the third largest city in Bavaria, Germany. Augsburg was built about 2000 years ago and was named after the Roman Emperor Augustine. It is home to many historical monuments and buildings tied with some pretty interesting stories. There is a cafe called Barfußer Cafe, which literally translated means barefoot cafe. It was built by Franciscan monks who wore no shoes as a sign of humility. After looking up and down at the Barfußer street for a couple of hours, I decided to get over my social anxiety and ask actual people about the cafe instead of Google Maps. So, someone just told me that the Barfußer Cafe is now Mama Sol, which opens at like 5 p.m. in the evening, but it's a different cafe now. So, kind of sad about that one. One historical building gone now. But at least we have Barfußer Street. I mean, you can't get rid of Roman streets with the modern day concrete roads. I mean, look at this. Another interesting thing that you notice while walking through the streets of Augsburg are these water canals. On top of adding to the city beautification, Augsburg water management system has been utilizing these canals to provide electricity and drinking water to the citizens for centuries now. Augsburg is a city enriched in interesting history and home to a lot of historical buildings and monuments, including Steinern, the man of stone. It is also said that touching his nose brings good luck. I don't know how true that is, but also, if you use a sanitizer afterwards, does the good luck rub off? So the story here is that he saved the city by throwing bread on the enemies. Apparently they thought that Augsburg had enough food to sustain war and they retreated, but he literally saved a whole city by throwing bread food on the enemies. Okay, so the place we are headed to now is called Fuggerei, which is the world's oldest housing complex that is still functional. And can you guess how much is the rent for one 60 square meter apartment for a whole year? Less than €1, 88 cents to be precise. इतने में shawarma नहीं आता है one apartment for a whole year. Fuggerei was built in the 15th century by the German merchant and banker Jacob Fugger. Jacob belonged to a merchant family that started off their business as textile merchants, expanding their business to becoming gold and iron miners, and then eventually becoming a very famous banking family in the whole world. There is a €6 entry, which is equal to 6 years worth rent for a single apartment. Due to Jacob's high influence and wealth, he was known as Jacob Fugger the Rich. It is known that if his wealth would be accumulated today, it would be equal to 270 billion US dollars, which would make him still the richest person in the world. The Fugger family was becoming so influential and rich that Jacob Fugger at some point decided to create his own newspaper company. Jacob was so much into competitive marketing that the sole purpose of his news company was to collect rumors and publish defaming information about his competitors. But eventually, unintentionally, they published something about Jacob that did not do him any favor in keeping his positive image, which eventually motivated him to create this place called Fuggerei that is still housing so many needy and poor people of Augsburg about 6 centuries later. If you notice, there are different handles next to these doors, and it is said that these were helpful to identify their specific door in the dark. But what I don't understand is this mathematical equation that I'm seeing in on so many doors. I don't know what it is, uh, and I can't find any information about this either. Fuggerei is a closed society which has, I think, 5 gates and a wall that encloses it. And there is a rule that if you come back home late, I think it's like after 10 p.m., there is a €1 fine, which does not seem much, but it is more than 1 year's worth of rent in this place. There is a Fugger museum that has the timeline of all the events in chronological order that happened with this place, with the Fugger family, how it was passed down through the generation, and what were the important members of the family or head of the family throughout the times. Unfortunately, during the times of world wars, Fuggerei was also massively destroyed and affected by the bombardments that happened in this region during the world wars. Fuggerei Bunker served as a safe house at that time, and it is now serving as a museum. Walking through these tight walls underground, looking at these objects and images that were collected through that time really takes you back, gives you chills to wonder what it must have felt like to live in this place during that time of crisis. Soldiers going into battle, people fighting wars, defending nationalities and ethnicities that none of us chose ourselves. Well, I guess the best we can do is try to be kind to one another and do as much good as we can while we have the chance. Bye, Jacob. Until next time. Now, on to a more uplifting and jolly place. I decided to go to the Mazda Classical Automobile Museum. Which is a place to the original Mazda models collected throughout the years that represent the 100 years of Mazda. Starting from the very old classics from 1900s to the latest sports cars that we see in Hollywood movies now. Other than these really cool cars, what you will find in this museum are also collectibles like Mazda MX-81, which there is only one in this world, which was in Hiroshima before and now it is here. This is obviously a concept car because, for starters, it has no steering wheel, but it has an LCD instead. So there you go, Tesla. Mazda did it in 1981. And of course, there is Mazda 323 that has become the autograph car of this museum. They decided to use it as a autograph car at the opening to get the signatures from all of the Mazda employees in that opening ceremony. But later on, they added the signatures and autographs from all of the celebrities and race car drivers that visited this museum throughout time. With that said, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care, keep exploring, and peace.